It was supposed to be just another routine flight. Seattle to Denver, clear skies, calm winds, and 183 passengers enjoying their morning coffee. Captain Emily Rhodes, a 37-year-old commercial pilot, sat in the cockpit of Flight 729, eyes steady, movements precise. Once a U.S. Air Force pilot, she'd traded her fighter jet helmet for a captain's cap, but deep down, that fighter instinct still lived within her. As the Boeing 737 sliced through the clouds over Montana, everything seemed perfect until it wasn't. At 32,000 feet, a deafening boom shook the aircraft. Warning alarms screamed. The cockpit filled with flashing red lights. Engine 2's gone. Her co-pilot yelled, his hands trembling. Emily's voice, in contrast, was ice-cold and controlled. "Shut it down! Crossfeed fuel! Stay with me." She grabbed the control column, heart pounding, but her focus razor-sharp. "Mayday, Mayday, this is SkyWest 729. We've lost an engine and are losing altitude." Down below, ground control in Denver scrambled emergency units. But there was a problem. They were over rugged Montana terrain, no major runway in sight. "Nearest landing strip is 60 miles east," the controller said. Emily's reply was calm. "We're not going to make it that far." The plane began to shudder violently. Oxygen masks dropped. Passengers screamed, clutching their seats. Emily's hands moved in pure muscle memory, 1,000 hours of training condensed into seconds. Flaps full. "Gear down! Brace for impact!" At 9,000 feet, she spotted a flat stretch of open land. Half dirt, half grass, bordered by pine trees. It was their only hope. "Hold tight!" she yelled. The aircraft clipped the treetops. One wing tore off, sparks flew across the fuselage, and then, with a bone-shaking crash, the jet slammed into the earth, skidding hundreds of meters before coming to a fiery halt. Then, silence. For a few seconds, the world held its breath. Smoke filled the cabin. A baby cried. Then miraculously, one by one, passengers began to move, shaken, bruised, but alive. Emily's voice came through the intercom, calm as ever. "Evacuate. Use the slides. Stay together." She stayed until the last passenger was out, even helping a wheelchair-bound veteran out of the emergency exit herself. When the rescue choppers finally arrived, she was still there, sitting on the dirt, uniform torn, covered in ash. A paramedic approached. "Captain, you need medical attention." But Emily's eyes were fixed upward. Something was wrong. 2 F-22 Raptors were circling overhead, sleek, silent, out of place. "That's strange," the paramedic murmured. "Why would the Air Force be here?" Emily didn't answer. Her jaw tightened. She knew those birds and their flight pattern. They weren't here for rescue. They were watching her. Inside one of the F-22 cockpits, the pilot adjusted his radio. "Control, this is Raptor 1. We've detected a signal from the crash site. Frequency is encrypted military, old code." The radar technician back at Nellis Air Force Base frowned. "That can't be right. What's the call sign?" The pilot hesitated, staring at his monitor. "Falcon One." Silence filled the radio. "Repeat that?" the technician asked. "I said, Falcon One, the signal's active." After a long pause, the Air Force controller responded, voice tense. "Raptor 1, disengage immediately. That call sign is classified. The pilot behind it died 8 years ago." The F-22 pilot's voice trembled. "Sir, it's coming from the crash site, from Captain Emily Rhodes." Back on the ground, Emily was being questioned by investigators. Still unaware of what the F-22s had heard, a young officer approached, holding a tablet. "Captain Rhodes, we found something unusual in the wreckage." He turned the screen toward her, a small transmission log, blinking with one line of code. "Falcon One, active." Emily's blood ran cold. That was her old military call sign, erased from every record after Operation Nightfall, a mission that had gone so wrong, the government classified it and declared her KIA to the public. She stood up, heart racing. "Where did you find this?" "In your cockpit system, ma'am," the officer said. But the frequency doesn't exist anymore. It shouldn't have been transmitting. Before she could answer, black SUVs rolled up. Men in suits with U.S. Air Force insignia stepped out. One of them, older, scarred, commanding, removed his sunglasses. "Captain Rhodes," he said, "we need you to come with us." Emily narrowed her eyes. "Who are you?" "Colonel Daniels," he replied. "Your former commanding officer." Her breath caught. She hadn't heard that name in years. He was supposed to be dead too. Daniels gestured toward a waiting chopper. "We need to talk about Operation Nightfall, and why your call sign is back online." As the chopper lifted off, Emily looked down at the wreckage. 183 passengers saved, but her life once again pulled into the shadows of a secret she thought was buried. At Nellis Air Force Base, radar screens flickered again. A new, unidentified aircraft had appeared, using the same encrypted Falcon frequency. The officer monitoring the radar whispered, "Sir, are we sure she's the only one left?" The commander didn't respond, because deep in the Nevada desert, the ghost of Falcon One's squadron was waking up. And this time, Emily Rhodes wasn't flying commercial. She was going back to war.